Жду своего гостя. Надеюсь, у нас все получится подключиться с первого раза. Hello, I see you here.
Hello.
Oh, you see, so it's easy.
How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, but so many things to do, but I'm at home now on time.
Okay. All right.
Well, I will introduce you to my followers.
Sure.
Yeah, today I have a guest from Canada. His name is Sal. He is a marketing strategist and real estate advisor. So
Yeah,
he agreed to answer some of my questions today.
of
Just a
course.
few. Yeah, like feedback about Ukraine. Uh, so let's start, maybe.
Absolutely, Yana. How can I refuse you?
Yeah.
You're a good friend, and I appreciate that. I value you. Yeah.
I remember that you have not too much time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, about half an hour.
Sure. We can do as we
Yes,
go.
I
Yeah.
promise not to interrupt you. Yeah,
Okay.
I will
Okay.
be silent. So my first question, I prepared my questions. I will read them because
Sure.
I will forget everything immediately.
Okay.
First question, can you tell us three main things, just
Okay.
three, that
Yeah.
impressed you here in Ukraine?
Well, that's a very good question with a very long answer.
Yeah.
But anyway, as you know, Yana, that I love traveling, and that's one of my passions. And I've been to, I think, if I'm not wrong, maybe around 32, 33 countries um, in the world, and there's so many more to see. But I have a special place for Ukraine. I have visited your country a few times. I have a couple of very good friends who have been doing business there and living there, and of course, you're also my friend. So
Mhm.
thanks to you, I was able to see Odessa. Yeah, it's an amazing country, and I've been to 4 or 5 cities, if I'm not mistaken. I've been to Kiev and Poltava, Odessa, Dnipro and Kharkiv,
Mhm.
which I was talking to some other Ukrainian friends in Canada. Even they have not seen 5 cities.
Uh,
So that's a good thing. And so, if your question, what are the top 3 things, or what do you like about? First of all, I think every country or any place is about its people. So that's
mhm.
my first thing which we notice, people, and then of course with people, the culture and food and all that. So I find that people of Ukraine are very friendly, very open to people from other meeting from people from other countries, and
Mhm.
they're eager to learn. I'm also eager to learn. So whatever people I met in my trips and made so many friends. Uh, I feel that they're great people. They're very friendly. They're very family oriented. They have a sensible head on their shoulders. So they have a worldview. They know a lot of what is happening around the world, and I think they're concerned people. If anything is happening wrong in the world, they are aware of that and they're concerned about it. So that shows that they are responsible people, and they are good people, and they're caring people. So both men and women, I have
Mhm.
made some friends, as I mentioned. So I get a positive vibe from the people. So that's what has really impressed
And
me.
may I specify one thing about
Yeah.
responsibility? Because usually here in Ukraine, when we start
Yes.
talking about our Ukrainian guys, the first thing what we say that
Yeah.
they are, extremely horrible. And I don't know what adjective to use, but we are talking about irresponsible people. And now you
Okay.
speak about responsibility. Maybe you will specify what you mean. Just one
Well,
sentence.
to be honest, maybe in my position as I went as a tourist, maybe I'm not able to view that perspective from that
Mm-hmm.
angle, because if it's a comment which is coming from women about men in
Ah.
relationships, then probably I'm not aware of that. I can probably not relate to that. But yes, I agree that some of my female friends, and I have met you and other
Mm-hmm.
people. Yes, I got this feedback that perhaps the expectation is not met the way it's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be or the way they're expecting. My background is also from Asia. I'm a South Asian descent, so I know that in our part of the world also we are generally very family oriented, and men are supposed to take a stronger role, and they're supposed to sort of be the person taking care of their family and their wives and their women. So I think that similar expectation is in Ukraine, where women men they all work hard and they're doing
Mm-hmm.
jobs, and economy is not really that great, so they are expecting their partners to take a lot of responsibility, maybe more
But
than yeah. So I think in probably some cases or many cases, maybe those expectations are not met, and that's why that could lead to some disappointment. And that's why I think some people I met, I got a feedback that they would like to even they're open to having relationships with
mm-hmm.
foreign people, because they believe that they would probably meet those expectations, that they're generally more responsible in terms of treating the partner in a relationship. So
Maybe now I will ask you the now a question. It's
yeah,
something similar to what you are saying right now.
okay.
What's the main difference
Can I
between
can I
women?
can I take sips from my churne chai?
Черный чай. I have also.
Awesome, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, glass of water. So, what is the
Hmm.
main difference between women in the
Yeah,
place you live
yeah.
uh, and here in my country? At least maybe 3 points. Just.
Okay, well, this is, I think, a very, very important question, and I will try to express my feelings without being discriminatory or
Mhm.
anything like that. It's just my observation, because about 18 years back, I was new to the country as well, and for me, it was a new country, Canada, and obviously there was a cultural difference which I noticed. What I feel here, this generally in the North American style, is
Mhm.
that people have kind of moved away from the real and genuine relationships based on pure connection or chemistry. So it has more so, especially in the newer generation, it has
Mhm.
become more of a arrangement, if you
Mm.
understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
if everything seems very superficial, that's the word. If a boy feels that, I'm at this status, this is the kind of job I do, this much money I have, so this
Mhm.
is the kind of person I need. And that is judged not on the character or the nature or there's a true feeling or chemistry between two people. It's based on that, oh, is she at the similar level,
Yeah. Sure.
socially, and same kind of money, and is she also independent, so is she going to be dependent on me, am I going to be responsible for her payment and expenses and all that. So it has become very superficial, which I don't believe in. It's not the way relationships are supposed to be. So,
Uh,
it has to, so that's one major difference. And secondly, the because of the economics and the capitalism and all the race for money and race for kind of uh, you know matching each other in every field of life, they have actually left behind the real family values, or working together as a team. Because I think in a relationship, a man and a woman, they are basically are a team together, and they have to work together. They're both equal in terms of respect and status, but they may have different roles to play. That's what is important to understand. So if they can agree on that
mhm.
and they can work together, I don't think there's any way a relationship should be disturbed. But that I noticed in Ukraine, that there's still many people, not all, of course,
Mhm. Mhm.
because yeah, but there's still many people, many women, for example, who are willing to go into such a cordial relationship where there's an agreement and on boundaries and responsibilities, and they're ready to give their best to the relationships, and that is what impresses me, and that is what in
But
my
I
opinion,
just
I would
say like
appreciate that.
you, like personally me, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, you said the team, yeah, to be like a team.
it has to be.
I don't know, it's a kind of my dream to live in this way. Well, I will not say that everything is so bad and negative, but still my dream cannot, how to say, come true, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do all possible from my side
Hmm.
to create these, like, it's not a team game, how to say in English correctly, like, my everyday life, yeah. My
Yes.
dreams and my views, my plans. So I would like to have it in my life, like, um, I cannot memorize this word, like, not the
Okay.
team play, team.
Yes, team
You,
play.
you
Yes,
understand what
yes.
I
Of
mean?
course I do. Of course I
Mm-hmm.
do. The thing is, Yana, is that as they
But
say,
it's not easy to do, because
yes,
still you feel like all women here, I think, girls, they will understand what I mean.
yeah,
Still we feel lonely here. Lonely, I mean, like,
yes,
you have to do everything by yourself if you want that.
yes, yes,
And this is one of the reasons we don't mind to meet a foreign guy, and
yeah,
even to travel, to leave our
yeah,
country, to move,
yeah.
because we need a partnership, yeah. We need this partnership,
Okay.
and we
Well,
believe that with a
that's
foreign
fine.
guy we
Yeah.
can make this team.
Yeah, let me also interject here, because there's something. Well, first of all, ideal does not exist. Let's be very honest about it. So if people feel that there's a perfect guy and there's a perfect woman somewhere in the world, they're mistaken. Nobody is perfect. That's for sure. What I say is that what's important is to sort of realize that the true connections are based on your natural affiliation, your natural chemistry, and there are two things which are most important in a relationship, and that's I think I mentioned to you earlier as well.
Mm-hmm.
One is mutual love, and second is mutual respect.
Respect.
Now, in a relationship, what you're talking about, if you have either of the one and not the other one, it's not going to work. If you have respect but there's no love, there will be no relationship. And if there's just love but no respect, it's again going to fall apart. So that is something
Yeah.
which people have to prepare, both the men as well as women. And second point about foreigners, as they say that all that glitters is not gold. So if you think
Mm-hmm.
that if you go outside of Ukraine and you go to Europe or you go to Canada or US and everybody will be perfect, I'm sorry, you're also mistaken here. That's not possible. That's not there. They're
Because
all sort of,
we all
yeah.
are human beings, and
We are.
we have
So
the
at the end
same.
of the day, we are all human. We have similar or similar nature, and people. But there's a variety of people in our nature, and they're everywhere. Even again, very good men. I'm sure they're there in Ukraine as well.
Yeah, of
I
course.
do not doubt that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, here also you need to find that person, and in order to find that person, you have to be mentally prepared, and you have to be spiritually prepared, that you have to first understand who you are. If you understand who you are and what you need, then you will look for that person who will fit your needs and fit your
Mm-hmm.
perspective, your nature. and that
Expectations.
and that and once you meet that person, Jana, I assure you, that's the kind of partnership you were talking about. So it's difficult, but it takes a lot of patience. As you know, I'm being a very patient person.
Yes, I know
But
that.
but the idea is that do people want to compromise and be with the wrong person? So again, it's my saying, which
Mm-hmm.
I said a few years ago,
Yeah, I
that
remember your
it's
position.
a million times better to be single than with the wrong partner.
Absolutely.
But it is 100 million times better to be with the right
With
person than being single.
then
So it's a stage. So if you're at a stage, if there are people, your customers, your clients are at a stage where they're no more in the old relationships and they've realized that something was not right and they've realized who they are and they're learning about themselves. Now it should be clear to them that who they are, what do they want, what makes them happy. The question is, what makes them
make
happy?
you happy.
And once they know what is good for them and what makes them happy, they should only search for that. If, for example, if
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, if really getting into a true love relationship is what they're looking for, then they should not look for anything else. If music makes somebody happy, he should not be looking at doing a finance job, right? There's
Yeah,
no connection.
that's
So
logical.
so you should identify who you are and what you want, and then you will look for that person who can make you
Mm,
happy. So that's my perspective, and I'm pretty sure that in Ukraine, which is obviously my favorite country, there will be someone who is exactly looking for what I'm looking for.
okay, okay. Now, if we start talking about our women,
Yeah,
um, what would you recommend uh, to our women here who want to marry a foreign guy?
yeah.
So, um, just a
Uh,
few words,
okay.
maybe.
Well, I think my recommendation would be that, be open-minded, learn about each other's culture. It's important for a foreigner to learn about your culture. And it's equally important for the women in Ukraine to learn about where they're coming from. Because if you're not thinking outside and somebody from outside comes, you expect this person to understand your situation, but you're not willing to accept or not willing to be able to communicate in the same language, for
Mm-hmm.
example, because language barrier and communication barrier is the biggest barrier in this world.
Yeah,
I think that 99% of the problems in the world can be resolved if both sides are able to communicate with each
and
other and
understand each other.
understand each other. So they have to be open as well. If they're looking for a change, then you got to be ready for change. You got to be ready that how you're going to be adjust. Are you adaptable? Are you even able to live abroad? So many people think that they will be able to live and leave their country, but
Yes,
maybe they're
this is
not able to.
one of the main mistakes here,
Yeah,
especially because maybe in your country, I mean
yeah,
Western countries, you
yeah.
are more how to say get to use, yeah,
Yeah,
get used to travel all
yes,
over. It's
of
okay, but
course.
for
Yes,
us,
yes.
to travel
Yeah,
somewhere is
yeah,
like
that's a major difference and major advantage because here there's a lot of exposure because countries like UK, Canada, US, even in Western Europe, they're so multicultural that
Mhm.
honestly in Canada, I think there are people from 160 countries and there are about 600 languages spoken. So right from Filipino to Chinese to Indian to Pakistani
And also lots
to
of
European.
Lots of Ukrainians live
It's
there
it's a
also in
very
Canada.
large community here. I believe it's about 600,000 or more,
Hmm.
but there's a big community, very strong. They're well settled here and
Hmm.
very nice people. I have some Ukrainian friends who are very nice. So idea is to prepare yourself, open your mind, be open to suggestions, be open to creativity, and be open to learn. Especially what I notice is that some women are not really ready to speak English or to learn English because they think that first they're not willing to take risk. They think first that a
Hmm.
relationship will happen, everything will be perfect, a relationship will be done, and we're ready to go. Then I will start learning English. I'm sorry, that's not going to work out
It's true that I
because
know such.
because all what you're expecting to happen will not happen if there's communication. So that's where the starting point is. You have to communicate. So you have to learn language so you can communicate in the same language and understand each other and go to the next level. So it's a reverse. It's a wrong method which is being
Method.
followed by many people. I'm sure there are many who understand this, but it's just my perspective, my observation.
And this is also one of the main criteria for me
Of course.
When I ask, do you know English? At least English. I don't mean
Yeah.
German or something
Of
like that.
course. Of course.
And depends on the answer, understand some things, how
Yes.
serious she is,
Of
because
course.
it's impossible and it's strange to say today that,
Yeah.
I have no time or money or something like that. So
Yeah.
I say, you have me, you just pay like
Yeah.
200 hryvnias for me per hour. I will teach you.
Of
So
course.
the main your
So yeah,
lesson.
this is kind of a preparation which is needed if you really are serious about. So for example, today, if I decide that I have to go to Ukraine and live there, what's the first thing I need to do? I need to start learning the language and
Okay.
start reading about it. I should be able to understand what the culture is, what the people
Mm-hmm.
is. If I have to do a job there or a business, I have to be able to communicate with all those people I'll be dealing with. So that's not a, it's a no-brainer. It's not something which somebody should debate on. It's basically very simple. If they intend to come and live in Paris, then they have to learn French. And if they want to come to North America, they have to learn English. It's as simple as that. It's good for them. It's not benefit to the other person. They will not be able to survive without the language.
Yeah, because
So
then
yeah,
a woman, she must start thinking about the
yeah,
job, driving
yeah,
license,
yeah,
I don't know, hobbies,
yeah.
at least, yeah, like supermarket
Whatever. Or
shopping.
if you go to the doctor, how will you explain
Yeah, the main thing, because
what's the problem you
it's
have?
serious things, because we
Of
are
course.
here, we're talking
Yeah,
about health,
yeah,
and you must explain
yeah,
that, I have a
yeah.
headache or something.
Exactly. So so yeah, that's my point and observation. They need to be open-minded, which is really
And
important. Yes, and
the
also bring
question,
their
okay,
expectations to reality, to real level. There is no Prince Charming who's riding a white horse, in my opinion.
I just wanted to say
Yeah,
about that, about
yeah.
Prince, yeah.
Because yeah, he's not on a flying horse. He's not coming to pick you up and
Uh-huh.
fly back. So they're all real people. They are reasonable people everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
educated people, so and sincere people who actually really want a good, sincere relationship. And as men, they will have some expectations
Mm-hmm.
from their partner, and I'm sure they're also willing to do something for the relationship, for their partner. All
Yeah.
you need to do is to communicate, sit together, communicate. What are you bringing to the table? What are how you see life together, and how I see life together. And if there's certain expectations, for example, the woman says that it's my expectation that you take care of certain things, and financial part or whatever, and I'm more comfortable doing some other stuff.
Yeah,
The
gardening or knitting or cooking
Yeah,
or
or
work.
even if that
Work.
she's interested in teaching or doing
Ah,
a small
mhm.
business,
You mean the
that's
same?
fine too. Anything, whether she wants to work or doesn't want to work, or the guy wants to work or doesn't want to, it has to be discussed
And what
together.
about your guys?
Yeah.
So a few words about your guys, okay, without women, okay. Uh, Maybe you have some friends, or I'm not sure.
I have a lot of friends all around the world.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, can you list some reasons your guys want to marry our women? Maybe some examples, like, oh, I want to marry Ukrainian girl because blah blah blah.
Well, I think certain things are very obvious, which is that, of course, uh, they're one of the best looking girls in the world. So that's number one. Who doesn't want to be with the most beautiful women?
Maybe.
So that's number one. And second, of course, is again, more importantly, it's not about the outer beauty, but also about the inner beauty. So again, the level of understanding, the values, they will play the role. If the values are met, their values are, I know they're more family oriented, caring people in general. And they also, what I have noticed, that they do value
Hmm.
a real relationship. And that is what is missing in most of the
In
Western societies. And that is really what makes a difference. That's actually the real thing. So, yeah.
Well, women, men, what else? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's over. My questions. Yeah, half an hour. You see, as I promised you.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay, I will not ask you. Uh, anything anymore right now.
No,
Maybe
that's
we
okay.
will make.
Okay.
Maybe we will make
Yeah.
another. We will repeat something
Sure,
like
sure.
that. I
We
will
can do
have
that.
some questions for you,
All right. Okay.
and maybe can you say just a few words as I don't know as some wishes or something like that
Well,
to my
I
audience. My
wish.
audience,
Sure. Yeah.
women. So maybe you
Of
will.
course. Well, of course, I mean, that's a great opportunity. Thank you. Well, I would like to say that you are a great person. You are a great friend. I respect you a lot and I like you a lot. You
You.
are a very sensible person, very professional, your advice has been very beneficial to many people. I know that. And that just shows that you're a kind-hearted and sincere person, which is absolutely the best thing one person can have. And I wish you all the best in your business, in your consulting services, in your matchmaking services. I think the job which you're playing is very different from the so-called agencies, which I've heard a lot of stories about.
Let's talk maybe about
Yeah,
the. Don't
yeah,
you mind to
yeah.
talk next time about agencies?
Of course, we can talk
Cool.
that we can
Cool.
talk about it, but in summary, because I am not a kind of a person who would talk bad about anything.
No, 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 no,
There's a
no,
lot
no.
of
We must
stories.
respect our
Yeah,
colleagues.
there's a lot of stories we all have heard. It's just that some people, and I will summarize it, that
Mm-hmm.
some people who have made so-called agencies, they're not real, or maybe some sort of websites. They're probably just basically thinking that they're just basically in for making money. I've heard a lot of stories. People went on various websites, registered, paid so much money, and they didn't get nothing. So, that, in my opinion, is always my personal belief is to always stick with the professional. They're professionals everywhere, they're qualified people, they know what they're doing, it's their job, it's their business. And if you get to a right matchmaker or a right professional person, I think the chances are very bright that people should be able to find what they're looking for. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm in real estate, for example. So, people come to me for advice on real estate. If somebody wants an investment to be made or buying a house or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it's my job as a professional to advise them sincerely, professionally, ethically, and everything to be on table, very clear.
Mm-hmm.
From A to Z, all process is defined in the start, so that they know exactly what they're getting into, rather than fooling
Understand.
people that not telling them how much you're going to charge and not telling them what will happen after that. So they only know a little picture, and then they find out, oh my God, this was the whole thing. I should have known. So that's
Mm-hmm.
the approach. That is the professional approach that people need to take. And I think people need to be cautious with those kind of people who are not very professional. That's my advice, and that's why I'm sure whoever are your
It
clients,
can ruin
they,
hopes and dreams. Yeah, it can
yeah,
ruin and
yeah.
destroy so many things.
Yeah, so I'm sure everyone who is listening to and watching your channel and your clients, they should be rest assured that they're dealing with a professional person like you. And I have no doubt I can say that 200 times. All
Thank
right.
you a lot. Thank you.
You're
I
very
hope it.
welcome.
Yeah. So I will say to everybody now, "Пока." You know this word, "пока." Yeah.
Paka paka. I know.
"Пока." Yeah. And
Yes,
we finish. Okay.
of
Bye.
course. And
Yeah.
anytime you need any help, any participation, I'll be happy to and
Mm-hmm.
always available to help you. Take care, Yana.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. Have a
much.
nice day too.
Have a great day. Bye bye.